What's up, everybody? And tonight is time for another review. And tonight, I'm going not really old school, but 90s mindfuck horror. Tonight's movie is the 1994 classic Brainscan. And I know you're going to say, oh, not that movie. Not the Eddie Furlong movie that, everybody hates. Well, you know what? I don't hate it. I love brainscan. Yes, it was probably one of Edward Furlong's first movies, and yeah, his acting shows. It shows how green he was in this movie. But I love the story. See, I'm a video game nut, so when you get a movie that combines my two favorite things, video games and horror movies, you got me hooked. And just the premise of this movie is so maniacal that a video game could actually go out and make you commit murder. I don't know, you're going to say, oh, well, that's part of what the politicians argue. Yeah. You know what I say to bullshit like that. But what I like about this movie is that Edward Furlong gets so engrossed and so taken over by this game that you can actually start to see him change. With every disc that he plays, he becomes more and more withdrawn, to where he, skips school, and he just gets so lost to the world around him. And the main villain from the computer disc, I love his character. He's especially when he sits there and he's having the conversation with Eddie Furlong, going, dickhead, give me a million volts of electricity, and he just starts to rise himself, and he starts breaking his fingers one by one. I love that shit. And then you're gonna say, well, that movie wasn't that great. I beg you to go back and watch this movie and see if you don't find at least one or two things that you don't like about Brainscan. Because I can sit there and watch Brainscan and go get totally lost in it and enjoy it. Is it cheesy? Yes. Was it in the same lines as Trick or Treat? Somewhat. Because A Furlong in this movie is a bit of a metalhead. Is it a movie I can watch over and over? Most definitely. And I love how the movie ends. If you haven't seen it, I'm not going to spoil the end for you. But this is one of the times where I don't mind the dual ending. One of the very, very few times. Which, if you've seen my rants, I hate dual endings. But This one I don't mind because it works for this movie. So if you guys haven't seen Brain Scan, please go check it out. I would, out of 10, I would give this a 6 out of 10. It's not perfect by any means, but it does have inventive kills, a story. The story is somewhat okay, not great, and it has an over-the-top villain, which I always love in a scary movie. Which is why I love Mr. Mackey in Summer of '84, which is another movie I'll be reviewing here shortly. Anyway, this is Mark. I've been saying peace, and I will see you guys next time.